What's good with YouTube? It's your man Cosplay Ray, and we are back for another episode of We Are Epic Cosplay. On this video, I decided to show you guys a little bit of how I made my Dawn of Justice Batman mech suit grapple gun. Now, you don't see this grapple gun very often in the movie. It's basically just used in the fight scene between Batman and Superman. When Batman is using his mech suit armor, and being that I cosplay wearing the mech suit armor, I definitely had to have this particular grapple gun. But unfortunately, I didn't have any friends who could 3D print this, so I said I'm gonna give it a shot and I'm gonna make it myself. So here I am, basically kind of like measuring out where my hand is, and I'm using the book that I have. It's like a tech manual that had all types of real awesome stuff about the movie, like all the gadgets and things that Batman used in the movie. So if you were a big Batman fan, I definitely recommend that you pick that book up. It's pretty much the tech manual. So basically, I'm using the pictures from the book, and also pictures that I had on my phone from images that I got offline of different angles of this particular gun. So I had to basically sketch out everything and make the template by hand. And it wasn't going to be, I don't ever think I'm ever going to get anything perfect, but I was really shooting to try to get this as close as I could, being that, it's going to be made to fit my hand. So here I am basically sketching out the from the handle and from the point of the handle that connects to like the main body of the gun. So just trying to figure out all the angles, and like I said, I'm using reference pictures. Very important to use as many reference pictures as you can get. That way your work can be that more accurate and close to what it is that you really want to build. And here I'm just basically getting the size kind of figured out, using a piece of foam as a dummy handle, and then I could draw down what I think is the shape that I need to cut out. So this is pretty much all the template stage right here. And I have no clue where I went to go. There it is. I went to go get the PVC pipes. Now, I definitely went to Home Depot, and when I was looking at the book, I was like, okay, well, I see certain shapes that look pretty familiar, and I've used some of these pieces of PVC pipe before. You can go to not Walmart, but you can go to Home Depot, and you can find them in the plumbing aisle. I used one that is pretty much, I think I can call it a X joint. I call it an X joint anyway. It has 4 connecting points, and I also used kind of like an elbow joint that kind of like was able to slip right over one of the connecting points. It was a little loose, so I actually had to use some masking tape to kind of like wrap it up to give it a more of a snug fit. But I really think that these pieces were going to come together really well. Here I am just swapping out, I believe, my X-Acto knife, because you want to make sure you have a nice sharp blade when you're cutting out your templates. And I pretty much found everything that I needed from Home Depot. I got some kind of composite wood It was I want to say a 24 by maybe, it was over 36 inches in length, and I used that to cut out the connecting point from the handle to the body and on the bottom part of the body. I also purchased the X joint and a couple other pieces from the plumbing section. I think everything else. Oh, I also picked up some kind of block. It was like a long block, and I used that for the barrel. I also used a good portion of Wonderflex on this build and craft foam. And if you don't know what Wonderflex is, you definitely got to check them out at like www.wonderflexworld.com. And if you're a crafter, very, very handy piece to come in to your little arsenal. Now here I am basically just kind of eyeballing where I think these pieces are and if the sizes are right. And I believe I am trimming everything down. I had to do quite a bit of trimming to try to figure out exactly the right shape and the right angle to try to connect that piece of this handle connector to the pipe. So it took me a little bit to get it right. And here I am basically getting some tape to put it around the pipe so I could snug that connection up a little bit more. Now I also bought a smaller, the same pieces, but I bought them a little smaller, but they didn't connect as easily as the larger pieces, so I decided I'm just going to go with the larger pieces and add tape instead of trying to have to like Dremel down other pieces to fit into other pieces. And there you go, you guys can see, nice snug fit. Now, in the beginning, it's always the iffy part. Like, I don't know if this is gonna work. Is this is this looking right? But don't give up. Definitely don't give up. Always, just keep pushing forward, and see where it ends up. Because usually, in the end, the product looks really cool. Now, here I am using my pipe cutter to kind of like trim down one end of the X joint. Yeah, I found it was a little long and I needed to cut it down a little bit. Now I could have used my bandsaw, but I was like, okay, I have this new pipe cutter and I just wanted to give it a try. And it didn't cut as exactly as the way that I needed it to, so next time I would recommend using the bandsaw. Or yeah. But if you're cutting like regular pipe, like I felt like a handle or something like that, this thing works mint. Got this one also at Home Depot. I think at one point I just got fed up and I decided I was going to cut it on the bandsaw. Now here is my template. This is going to be the connecting piece. That's, will connect obviously, to the main part of the body. And that's that wood I was telling you of. It's like a composite wood, a very smooth surface on both sides. It was really cool, and it was literally about an inch wide, so it came in really handy. And for this, I pretty much used the bandsaw to cut this piece out and the piece that it goes directly underneath it. So bam, there you go. I know that was quick, right? Now I'm just trying to figure out exactly how this thing is gonna connect to this piece of pipe, because the pipe is slightly angled and it's not at a 90-degree or a straight line. So I was like, okay, well, how am I gonna get this piece to fit onto this piece? So like I said, it took a little bit of tinkering and cutting to try to get the right angle, so I could get like a nice flush connection. Plus I had to use my Dremel tool to kind of round the bottom and give it a round shape, so that it kind of could fit around the pipe itself. So I gave it a little bit of a curvature, inward curvature, so it could like fit right on top of the pipe. So like I said, there was a lot of remeasuring, and I did all this pretty much by eye once I cut the template out. And there you can see there is the two pieces that are going to connect to the body, and the PVC pipe that I was originally going to use for the handle, plus the two blocks that I had cut out that will go eventually will be the muzzle of the grappling gun. So I decided to use two separate pieces that I cut the length and basically put them together. That way I could cut out half circle on each side and glue it around the pipe itself, instead of trying to obviously try to router out a circle on one piece of wood. I decided to put two pieces of wood together and then just pretty much trim everything down to the size that I needed it. So as you can see here, it's pretty much all set for me to go and cut on the bandsaw. Bam, there it is. Gotta love editing. So like I said, I cut both halves out, like two half circles, and now I'm pretty much doing a test fit around one of the parts of the X pipe or X joint. And then once I get everything the way I need it to, and I'll trim off excess material, because obviously the muzzle is so wide and I didn't need all that material. So I'm going to cut that excess material off and then pretty much glue those two pieces together. So there you have it. There's this portion of this video. So as I end all my videos, remember, hashtag I cosplay my way. And you can too. And you should too. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you know when I put out the next video.